What's up, YouTube? It's the Harpy Eagle, and today I will be presenting to you the 1-year review of Jump Force. So as you can see by today's date, it is February 15th, 2020. And exactly 1 year ago on this same day, that was the day that Jump Force had finally been officially released for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. You know, after several months of hype and anticipation. Now I know that I'm not the only YouTuber to be doing a review on Jump Force, and I'm definitely far from being one of the first to do so, but that's the point. Because, you know, many people nowadays like to judge certain things or certain people way too quickly without giving enough time to see if things will change or if it's truly the end result. And trust me, those reviews are definitely not family friendly. Almost all of them have just crapped on this game so badly without even mentioning the pros of this game. When we look at a game, we need to look at it for everything that it is, not just the bad parts of it because they exist. And that's why I wanted to make this review on Jump Force now, because it's been out for a while. And to make it even more special, that's why I decided to upload this video exactly 1 year after its release. So here are the points I'm going to be talking about in this review video. I'm going to be talking about the graphics, mechanics, music, characters, story, stages, and online fighting or matchmaking. So let's get started with the graphics. And when it comes to graphics in Jump Force, there really isn't anything bad that I can say about it. When it comes to general movements, I will say that it is actually pretty fluid. And when I say general movements, I literally mean general movements, such as running, jumping, rushing, or blocking. And then of course you got the Naruto characters doing the classic Naruto run. And then when it comes to attacks, they're pretty fluid for most of the time. But there are times where it'll seem a bit clunky, but that's due to the game's mechanics. Not all characters fall victim to this, but there are some that do. And then you also got shield breaks, and shield breaks look pretty cool, I guess. And then you got powering up, and that's also very fluid. In fact, it's probably the most fluid thing within the game, especially when you're talking about a Super Saiyan's power up. Now, those are some pretty dope graphics. And then we've got the super moves and ultimate moves, which I'll be honest, I think they did a really good job on that as well. They brought the originality into it from the series, and also made it look really destructive as well to make it look cool, you know, and that's something that you need within a fighting game, because what type of fighting game doesn't have destruction in it and cool graphics, you know? So I think that pretty much sums it up for the graphics in Jump Force. So the next point we're going to be talking about is the mechanics. Now here's where things start to get a little bit negative for the game, and I think this is the reason why so many reviewers have absolutely destroyed this game, and they were pretty much ranting about it. And to be honest, I actually agree with them. This is definitely one of the cons within Jump Force. Because you see, there's so many ways to abuse this game's mechanics to your advantage, and this isn't even my opinion, this is literally truth. Because all you literally have to do to a person when you're fighting is just hit them 2 or 3 times and then use your ultimate as fast as you can. And they will not be able to dodge it because their character's frame is still within the motion of feeling the effects from that last hit, so they don't have enough time to recover to block your ultimate. Now this wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if someone didn't abuse it so that they could use your ultimate on it. If they just did this so that they could do like a super on you or like a basic punch or a grab on you, then yeah, it wouldn't be that bad. But the problem is that they can't. And the worst thing about it is that that's not the only way that they can do that. Like I said, there are other ways to abuse this game's mechanics. And another way that I can think of from the top of my head right now is when someone is powering up, and you're powering up as well, and then they decide to bring in their other character, and so we all know that when you do that, then the other character will automatically rush up to you, you know? And here is what grinds my gears. Okay? So when they do that, how is it that when they do that and you don't block, for some unknown goddamn reason, it makes your character go into a frame set where it's unrecoverable and they can literally just use their ultimate right there, because all they had to do was rush up to you and make your character respond to your bumping into them and make them go into a frame set that isn't even recoverable faster than them being able to do their ultimate. Like, it's literally the second biggest, if not the biggest con within the game. And that other con that I'm talking about is the story, but I'll get into that soon. And so the other thing that I hate about this game's mechanics is when you do a move first, more specifically a super, right? And then your opponent will also do a super but after you, okay? But then once the two of you guys make contact with each other, for some reason his move worked on you and yours didn't, even though you did the move first. And the reason why that happens is because there are certain moves in the game that can overpower and overrule others. This is true for Goku's meteor combination. This is true for Trunks' shining sword attack. This is true for Sanji's Diable Jambe Joe shot. This is true for Naruto's six-path spar. This is true for Jotaro's My Stand the Judge. This is true for All Might Detroit Smash. And this is definitely true for Asta. Like, it's not even with a certain move of Asta, it's just Asta in general, period. In fact, speaking of Asta, Asta is the perfect example of this. And when I say perfect, I cannot stress that word any more than I already am right now. Asta is what I like to call a power character. Power! Because literally all his moves, even including the Black Hurricane, can all overrule your moves that you throw at him. Let's say that Naruto's going in for a Rasengan, right? And then you do Asta's move that's called Demon Slayer Sword. It's gonna hit Naruto, and Naruto's Rasengan is just gonna get smacked into oblivion. And then don't even get me started on the moves that are literally unblockable, such as All Might's Oklahoma Smash, Luffy's Gum Gum Hawk Gatling, Grimjow's Jaw Split, and especially freaking Blackbeard, freaking SpongeBob teeth looking ass. So that's gonna sum it up for the mechanics in Jump Force. So the next topic we're gonna talk about is the characters. So this one's going to be really short, nothing much to really talk about when it comes to the characters. You have all the most iconic characters within the game, and anybody that has even a little clue of what anime is will definitely know who Naruto is, who Goku is, who Luffy is, and if you're mainstream now and haven't really known anime for that long, then you'll know who Deku is, you'll know who Bakugo is, and you'll definitely know who All Might is, because, let's be honest, My Hero Academia is probably the king of shonen right now, whether you like it or not. So the only real problem that I'd say is within this topic is the lack of female characters. I feel like they should have put in more female characters, because I know that many Naruto fans would have definitely preferred to play as Hinata instead of Kaguya, or many Bleach fans would want to play as Yoruichi instead of Renji. So that's really the only problem that I see within this topic. But apart from that, I think that's all that needs to be discussed within this topic. So without further ado, let's go on to talk about the music. So apart from all the beautiful non-copyrighted music that you're hearing in the background right now, don't worry, I'll put all the songs that I use in the description down below. The music in Jump Force was quite surprising for me too when I thought about putting it in the review. But here's the thing, the more I listened to it, the more it became fire. Guys, you cannot tell me that this is not fire.
Okay, A to jump, B to
What? Okay. And here's the thing. If I ever do a live stream of Jump Force, which I probably will in the near future, if what I'm doing is staying in the lobby more than anything else, you know why. And that's because I'm jamming to the melody. I don't even need to say anything else after that. Let's just go into the next topic, which is the story. I don't even want to talk about this crap. This is definitely the biggest con in Jump Force apart from the mechanics. How are you going to make a story like this, where you literally give it such a bland and generic theme, which is a bunch of superheroes coming from different worlds teaming up together to put down the big villain? Especially when it's anime. The story was pretty weak, and it wasn't entertaining enough at all. And it's also very random too, because it doesn't follow up from the previous mission that you just did. Because you see, when you do the mission, and then you go on to another one, that mission that you do now has absolutely nothing related with the mission that you did previously. It doesn't even feel like a story at all. It just seems like a bunch of missions that you do that each have their own little mini stories. So just to make a long story short, the story in Jump Force was atrocious. And sadly, it was mostly disappointing more than anything else. I wish they could have done more with the story and didn't try to rush it out, but I guess that's what we got. So on to the next topic, we'll be talking about the stages. Now this is definitely a pro for Jump Force. I almost can't say anything bad about this topic apart from the stage transitions. The stage transitions kind of fall within the mechanics section, but I just felt like it belonged more to the stages section. So when it comes to stage transitions, they are very clunky. When you try to do a stage transition from a certain place, when the game responds, it'll just simply teleport you to where Bandai Namco intended for you to do the stage transition. That is not okay, because that proves my point, which shows that this game was unfinished and probably even rushed. You should be able to do your stage transition wherever you are and not get teleported to where it was intended to happen. But on to the good things about stage transitions, is that when you do them, they look really dope. And then when it comes to stages in general, some of the stages are derived from the animes that are considered to be classic settings within their animes, such as the World Tournament stage in Namek from Dragon Ball Z, or the Hidden Leaf Village in the Final Valley from Naruto, or Whole Cake Island and Marineford from One Piece. It was a good decision from Bandai in my opinion, because they were making a good decision, and they made it even more special since they are the only stages within the game that are anime based. Especially when it's coming from the big three of anime, that makes it even more special times 3. Well, I know some of you guys might think that Bleach is a part of the big three, and I can respect that. But when it comes to manga sales and commercial success, I'm sorry guys, but it's Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and One Piece that are in the big three. Which is exactly why they're on the cover of the Jump Force game. So now we go on to the last topic, which is online fighting and matchmaking. Guys, this video is already over 10 minutes. You guys really think I'm going to make you guys waste any more time? Come on now.